Streaming started off as a hobby for me, something I just wanted to try out just to see if I was good at it, and what probably happened to you is the same thing that happened to me, that I just ended up being something that I really enjoyed doing. That being said, there was a lot of mistakes I made during my first year of streaming, some pretty obvious, others not so much. And that's why today I want to go over 5 mistakes that I made during my first year of streaming that were 100% avoidable had I known beforehand, or if I had some sort of streamer friend to kind of show me the ropes, which I didn't really have back in the time. And the reason I wanted to make this video today so that you can learn from my mistakes, so that way you can avoid making them yourself. So if you find this video useful, don't forget to hit a like and subscribe, because it does help the channel, help more people out. And that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so to start off with mistake number 1, let me just mention that you should avoid streaming through Wi-Fi by any means. If Wi-Fi is the only option you have, well, you're kinda stuck with it, to be honest. But getting that wired connection is essential, so if you're able to get it, definitely get it. Because back then, when I was really new to streaming, I remember I was playing Quake Champions at the time, and Arena FPS, if you haven't heard of it, and I was into my 3rd week of streaming using Wi-Fi, but what ended up happening during that particular stream is that the stream cut off 15 minutes into my 4-hour-long stream, and I didn't notice that until I finished my stream, so you can imagine I was just fuming by the time I finished, cause I only technically streamed 15 minutes out of 4-hour gameplay, you know? Streaming requires a constant upload into the stream side servers, so if you don't have a steady connection, it's very easy for you to get disconnected halfway through the stream, which is exactly what happened to me. So moving on to mistake number 2, and if you're guilty of doing this one, just know that the comment section is your confession zone. But I remember I went to this guy's stream who was also playing Quake Champions, by the way, and he was averaging around 40 to 50 viewers at the time. And I didn't quite self-promote, but I ended up playing with him for a couple of hours, and for some reason in my mind I was thinking, the more I play with this person who's popular, the more popularity I'm gonna get. I spent a lot of energy on this erroneous mentality that by beating this person, I was gonna prove that I'm better and more worthy of having more viewers than him, even though I was just some scrub, you know? And just saying that out loud now feels so gross and feels so wrong. And while it's probably so painstakingly obvious how wrong this mentality is, a lot of people don't really understand that when they're first starting off if they don't have anyone to guide them through how the streaming and community building works. A lot of people just look at Ninja on the big screen, just point their finger and say, I want to be like that guy. They don't know anything else, they don't know any better. So trying to piggyback off of someone else's success is never really the way to go. I learned that very quickly, and hopefully you learn that too if you're doing that. But building meaningful relationships with other streamers is far more important than just trying to mooch your way in. Mistake number 3 was when I made my first Twitch payouts when I was actually making money from streaming, which is exciting to say the least. I listened to a lot of streaming gurus online who were talking about how important your branding is. My understanding of branding was getting logos, getting overlays, getting transitions, you know, getting all that professional looking stuff. Because just the word branding sounds so professional, it makes it sound so real, you know? It kind of separates the casual streamer from the professionals, you know? So what ended up happening was I used my first couple of payouts on branding, getting fancy logos and overlays and all that stuff, and I don't even use that stuff anymore because it was all tied down to the gamer tag I was using at the time, which is what I used for competitive Super Smash Bros., but I don't even do that anymore. So when you get your first couple of payouts, I definitely say don't worry about the logos, don't worry about the transitions, don't worry about any of that, just focus on gear, focus on improving your audio, focus on getting better lighting, and if you want me to make a video on which gear you should prioritize with your payouts, which equipment you should upgrade first, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, so mistake number 4 is a pretty tricky one to deal with, and I'm pretty sure you have dealt with it as well, and it's having that one toxic viewer try to dictate the way your stream works. I'm pretty sure there's one person that's coming up to your mind right now. You know who it is, you know who I'm talking about. But when I was first starting to stream, I gave off this vibe of everyone's welcome here, you can all come here and talk and whatever, and that led me to take a lot of comments and negative vibes from people who really didn't deserve my time of day. I was trying to be a people pleaser, including the toxic people, because I was just putting up with their comments for the sake of getting more viewers. If there's something I've definitely learned from community building and streaming is that you have your community values and principles that revolve around the type of community you're trying to create, and if someone tries to interfere with that, if someone tries to break that, you're well within your rights to tell them that that's not welcome here, or just ban them if necessary. I personally try to have a positive and uplifting vibe in my community, and people have their bad days, you know, you get that, but when someone shows up with the strict purpose of trying to make everyone else feel bad, you can kind of spot that, and that's when I call them out. That's when I go like, hey, that's not really welcome here. Mistake number 5, and I'm gonna call this one my biggest mistake, is when I first started growing my platform, when I first started getting involved in social media, I only started streaming, and it took me almost a year before I started doing YouTube or any other type of social media growth. That means that for an entire year, all of my discoverability came from live streaming, meaning no offline discoverability whatsoever. And when I eventually burned out from overstreaming, which is another mistake by the way, all of that progress that I built just out the window. And if I was given the choice to start from zero right now, 100% I would pick do YouTube for a year and then start streaming versus stream for an entire year and then start my YouTube channel. But in this present timeline, I'm actually very happy with the way I'm working with things now because I'm making videos to help my channel grow, but I'm also live streaming to interact with the people I meet and just hang out. Which, by the way, if you want to catch my streams or talk mistakes or any other topic while I'm live, I stream right here on YouTube. So if you want to catch my lives, all you have to do is subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can be notified whenever I go live. But that just about wraps up this video for today. If you found it useful, don't forget to hit that like button because it does help the channel grow. And while you're here, check out another one of my videos while you're at it. Thank you so much for making it this far, and I'll catch you guys live.